Well, good morning. It is Friday, the 6th of February, and I have been thinking a lot lately about the ADHD and how how it feels to have it and have people not really understand it. Um, my husband, he loves me and he supports me, but he also doesn't quite get it. You know, my parents, they love me, they support me. Um, they're doing their best they can to understand it. And there are some people out there, though, that don't really understand it. They think it's an excuse. They think that we are lazy. They think that we don't really that we don't want to do things. We don't want to work. We don't want to um, we don't want to do what we're supposed to do, and ADHD is our excuse. And I can say this out loud to anybody who cares. ADHD is not something that you want to joke about because it's not fun. It's not. It can be funny at times, when we can't shut our faces and we say whatever comes out of our mouths before we even think. But at the same time, it's horrible because you can't, up here, that you need to be doing something. I know I need to be doing dishes or laundry or whatever. But when I look at it, my brain right up here, this part of the brain says, no, I don't want to do that. That's no, no, no. You know what? There's a game on your phone that's much more important. And I know the rest of my brain knows that that's not true, but and it's a real struggle. It's like hearing loss. You can't just plug your ears and hear how somebody else hears. Somebody with hearing loss. You can't do that. It's physically not possible to do that. And just like with ADHD, it is not possible to truly understand it unless you have it. And I am finding that the behavioral therapy, or the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, I'm finding that that's helping, but it's not entirely everything. Medication is helping, but sometimes I feel like it's not enough. I have my down days, just like everybody does. The last couple days have been down days for me, where I feel sluggish. I feel like, it feels like you're in a depression. And, I have asked for accommodations, like at work, and I'm looked at like, are you stupid? You're not going to do that. No. That's how it comes across to me. They've never ever said I was stupid. So don't get that. But it just that's how it feels. When you ask for help, or you ask for something that may make things better for you at work, which in turn would make you more productive, and they turn you down, it makes you feel like they don't care. It makes you feel like your feelings, your thoughts, you're not validated. You're not worth it. That's how it makes you feel. And it is a big struggle. It really is. And I know I'm not the only one that goes through this, because there are countless videos out there on this exact thing. But it's just a challenge that, God felt that I didn't have enough to do in life. I didn't have enough to deal with. So you know what? Let's add ADHD to our list. Thank you. It can be a blessing, because we're supposedly very, very good in a like a crisis situation, or an emergency. And I truly believe that because I've been in a few situations that are, I mean, not like a major situation, but I've been in a few situations where it's, you got to call 911, or you got to, help this guy up, or you got to do this. And I take care of things, and I get it done calmly, make the person feel at ease until help arrives. And then once everybody leaves, then I fall apart. But I don't fall apart till after it's done. So, that is one of those, that's another ADHD trait. Those of us with ADHD tend to be better during those situations. So, there are pluses and minuses, positives, negatives. And I'm just trying to navigate, life with it. And I think to myself, I've been living my whole life like this. Why is it different now? And hormones is one thing. The hormone shifts, especially when we get when the women get to perimenopausal stage. And men, as they get older, their hormones their hormones change. And as that changes, it affects how your brain works. So, that being said, as we get older, things get different, things get different, things go different. It's Friday. It's Friday. Anyway, so if you don't have it, be kind to the people that do. And if you do have it, be kind to yourself, because not everybody will be. So, I love you all, and give somebody a hug and a smile today. Might just make their day. All right? Love you guys. Bye.